We are in this together.
You have gifts that I don't have, and I have gifts that you don't have.
That we must see. Now is the time, because it's when we all get together that we will make the changes that we must make. We are the world.
Welcome to Malcolm and We. Malcolm and We is actually it's a fairly new presentation with we the people and
we the
Malcolm,
world.
I keep on saying we the people, we the world. Shouldn't say we the people, that antagonizes people.
We the world.
We the world. And basically, I'm Malcolm Berman. It's my co-host, Yana Larson. And Yana, introduce our show.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Our guest today is Guy Sferlazza. He's the creator and presenter of Worlds of Music and Chautauqua Musical Express. He brings peace and love through his music to educational and community audiences and to us at We the World. Guy is the leader of our Media, Culture, and the Arts campaign, and he helped bring it to life during COVID. Since he couldn't be doing his shows with everything shut down, he had time to connect with us. Now that the world has opened up again, he's been extremely active with his music, as well as being a substitute educator. Actually, we're pretty lucky to he's even available to fit us in during this, to do this appearance with us, Malcolm. And you can find out more about him at guylouis.com. And Guy, it's a really great website. Maybe you can give us some pointers, because Malcolm and I want to make his website look a little flashier. Your website looks really great. So anyway, welcome, Guy. It's great to see you again. And I'm going to be bugging you again soon. So just so you're aware.
Very
welcome.
good, yeah. I'm always really, really happy to work with you and your team at We. And it's nice to meet you today, Malcolm. And I'm at your service for anything we can talk about. I'm excited to talk to both of you today.
Well, basically, I want to know what you do with music, what music means to you, and why you think it's important, especially for the kids.
I feel so blessed that I have been brought into music for young people. I started in music at age 19 as a singer-songwriter. I thought I'd be playing in bands and making albums and things. And along that path, I was brought into playing in schools for kids. And so that experience continued to unfold to where it is today, where I have about 12 different themes of shows for school, elementary age kids. And these themes are educational, cultural, things that schools can tie in with their curriculum, et cetera. So to answer your question, what does music mean to me? I think I will refer to a show I've been doing all last month, which is Black History in American Music. And to start that show, we go to Africa, where Black history begins. We learn a little bit about music in Africa. And to answer your question, I think this is what music is about, what we learn in Africa. Music is for everyone to share. Music is for everyone to participate however they would like, to sing, to dance, to play instruments, or to just quietly observe. So music is a community experience where we can share our togetherness as part of the community. It includes everyone.
Well, he makes it really fun too, and you can see that especially from well, I mean, I just know from being with him in presentations and such, but I can tell from the website, you've got some great pictures there of interacting with kids. And you, like I say, you've been doing it a long time now. I don't know how old you are now, but you're not real close to 19.
Yeah, that was last year. I started last year. I developed.
When your hair was long and dark, right?
That's right. That's right.
Now, how important do you think music is for kids? Because I know there's, the last few years, especially with the political climate, that a lot of educators want to do away with music. They think, oh no, it's reading, writing, arithmetic. It shouldn't be anything with music. Tell us your feelings.
Well, there
about
shouldn't
that.
be any books, for one thing. So there you go. And music and arts are always the first things to go. But
Right.
gosh, it's so important. Well, I
What is
know
the
the big
importance
word
of
that I saw on the website is resilience. And I think that's great.
what is your definition? What is the importance of music in our educational system?
Well, I have been a performer for assembly. So usually I go in and play like for 300 kids at a time or 500, depending on the school. And so I have been at that level of just doing like this powerful 1 hour presentation. But in the COVID years, I've also gone into schools and been part of the team, the team of teachers. And this is just my personal experience, is that schools are too stressed out. Everyone's stressed out. Teachers are stressed out. Kids are stressed out. They're under this gun of we got to get all this done. But music and the arts are what keep us with that sense of humanity. They feed our heart. They feed our sense of expression. And as earlier stated, they feed our sense of community, I believe. So music is a really important aspect in the education of the child that they have quite naturally as a younger student. And, as they get older, that can change, possibly because of our education system, that they lose faith in their own creativity, their own self-expression. And, our education system tries to put them into a competitive mold, which may not serve them. So I see it as my goal and my intention and my work to use music to express well-being, a sense of creative purpose, and a sense of unity that we can share not only with young children, but with all ages. I hope that answered your question, Malcolm.
Yeah.
Well, also, I think that music can in a sense, replace language in the sense that sometimes you just can't find the words, but that music can just say what you're feeling, and it can speak to all different kinds of people across cultures.
Yeah, but I find out that the older I'm getting, the more I go back to some of the music of my childhood and of my early youth, and there's certain phrases that are used that are best express that period of life, and I said, yeah, that's it.
Yes.
I mean, that's better than any novel I ever read. That and it engenders a feeling.
Yes. And as Yana just said, it can reach across cultural borders. It can reach across the borders of language and different languages. It can reach to, for instance, kids who are on the spectrum with some type of neurological disorder, but they can still feel the music and participate with everyone together. There's a lot of kids these days in our schools that have these various issues, and the music can reach those kids in a really wonderful way.
Well, I'm thinking about like drumming is a big part of therapy. And
Yes.
Who doesn't respond to a beat?
Absolutely.
Whether it's a waltz beat or a salsa or just playing 4/4, whatever.
Yes.
It's catchy.
And music puts a smile on your face,
Yeah.
generally, especially if, like you said, Yana, you got the drum beat and suddenly everyone's maybe has a little instrument, they're all tapping and they all go, wow, this is fun, So that's a wonderful thing to have in life. I mean, to have that feeling and doing it together, that's an important part, I think.
And almost everyone can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us aren't as coordinated, because I remember from marching band how some people just can't get the beat, but generally speaking, you can still fake it unless you're marching.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about music too, like what you just mentioned. That's why I'm not a big fan of those shows that says, America's Got Talent or so-and-so's got talent, because it singles only one person out as the winner, and then everyone else throw them back into the ocean and fight for what you need. But
yeah,
I feel like everyone, even those, as you mentioned, Yana, that maybe you don't have that sense of beat or whatever, you're still included. you're still,
Yeah.
you're not excluded as they do on some of those programs, which I don't think are a good idea of what music is. Oh, there's the best singer in the school, so everyone
Yeah.
else sucks.
It's like
No,
artist.
yeah, that's,
Like if you can't be an artist, like, like the best artist kid in school, then,
yes.
oh, well, I can't do art. But everybody
Yeah.
can do something.
Yeah, and have that sense of your own expression, and that is valuable, and it should be seen, I feel, in that sense of community. And just like all of us want to be recognized as a human being. And Jan, I wore this shirt for you today. We are all human.
Oh, I love it with all the hands and the heart.
That's right.
Stars. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Well, are you going to be able to do any kind of little song for us? I like when you have the harp sound, and I can't remember what stuffed animal now. It was so cute. Can you do that one?
I
The
can
one I'm
do
talking
something.
about?
And when COVID started, now I had been playing, year round, full time for like 30 years.
Yeah,
COVID hit, and of course that stopped all live shows.
I
So
know.
like everyone else, looking at, okay, how can I do this online? And that's why I got the puppets, because okay, I
It
can
was
talk to
great.
kids,
It
I
was so
can sing to the
creative.
kids, I got all these musical instruments, but the puppets then became part of reaching out, and especially with the show you mentioned, Relaxation to Resilience. How can we
Yeah.
share with kids stuff I wish I would have learned, which is your breathing can help you relax, rest, and focus attention for whatever we're going to do. The essence of mindfulness, the very beginning of mindfulness. So I'd like to bring
Right.
in a friend. He's sitting right here. And
Oh,
hey, Selfie, can you come and talk to everybody? Selfie, come back. Selfie, come back. He's very shy. Selfie, come back.
oh, come on, Selfie. Oh, look at Selfie.
Selfie wants to play an instrument. Would that be okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. Now, Selfie's favorite instrument is anything that rings. So let's see what I have here. Okay, so this is what Selfie loves to play, a singing bowl or a chime. So Selfie, I'm going to turn on my original sound, so it'll sound better. Hopefully it won't cause feedback. So Selfie, are you ready to play for us? Yeah. Okay, here we go. So this is what we're going to do. And let's do this together. Selfie's going to ring the chime, and let's just sit up straight, get a nice breath, and just notice our breathing while we listen to the sound of the chime. Here we go. And now Selfie has his friends. Selfie is in charge of our heart space. That's why his name is Selfie. But Selfie has another friend. Yeah. And his friend is named Izzy. Hey, Izzy, can you come on board here? Izzy, here he is. Just a minute.
Oh, I remember Izzy. Yes.
Hey, everybody. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? It's me, Izzy. Hey, Malcolm. Hey, California boy. Hey. All right. Hey, how you doing?
And Selfie helped Izzy learn to relax.
Yeah, I used to get stressed out a lot, like, ah! Did you see my tongue? Did you see my tongue? Ah! But Selfie taught me how to relax, and I just listen to my breathing and relax, like.
And you know what else it does? It brings in the wise old owl. And this is brain science. Izzy represents the oldest part of our brain, our reptilian brain.
Hey, I'm just trying to keep you safe, people.
But when we just notice our breathing, that brings in the guy who's sitting between Selfie's ears right now, his antennae. That's the wise old owl. And the kids learn that the wise old owl is right here, our prefrontal cortex. Izzy is back here, the oldest part of our brain. But when we just notice our breathing, it's been researched by brain scientists that brings on our executive function.
Yes.
And that brings in the wise old owl.
Oh, yes.
Now,
While we do our breath work.
He doesn't say a lot, but he says this.
Oh,
And the
how
wise old
cute.
owl helps Izzy. They talk together then, and they can make
Right.
good decisions. So I use the
Yes,
puppets to share the brain science. And I
there you
also
go.
love to teach that sense of just notice your breathing. Would you like me to play a little song that goes with the just notice your breathing?
Yes, yes,
Definitely.
yes.
This is what I teach the kids, that, just by noticing your breathing, rest, relax, focus attention on what we're doing right now. So that
Live
focus,
in the moment.
yes, the focusing of attention, so important.
Yes.
They're tracking us right now to see how they can capture our attention, right?
Yeah.
So it's so important that we learn about that. So let me grab my
Mm-hmm.
ukulele.
I love the background. Sounds like he's
Get the uke.
moving everything around there.
So this little ukulele. Hey, but I want to tell
Yeah.
you about this ukulele real quick. Usually
Okay.
ukuleles only have 4 strings. But look right here. See this double string right here?
Yeah.
See the 2 strings?
Yeah.
Usually the uke only has this high string up here like,
Ooh.
but this ukulele has a low string right next to it, which is,
Ooh, cool.
so this is a 5-string ukulele, which is unique. So
Ah,
it's got a nice low end sound. So here's a song I like to teach, young children. They're learning about breathing. They're learning it helps them relax, rest, just take it easy and focus attention. So here's the song.
of course.
And this is like a little lullaby for babies. Not quite babies. I call them all babies, They're all my
Hey,
babies.
baby.
So it's attention is my friend.
Okay.
Attention is my friend. Breathing out and breathing in. Sing that again. Attention is my friend. Breathing out and breathing in. Now here's another part of the verse. Invite the chime. I close my eyes. Focus attention. Breathing out and breathing in. And then I ask the kids, okay, let's see it. Now let's sing it. Attention is my friend. Breathing out and breathing in. We'll sing that again. Attention is my friend. Breathing out and breathing in. Here's the second verse. The sound starts to fade. I listen all the way. Focus attention. Breathing out and breathing in. And then I ask the kids, let's see it. And they all sit up straight, and they do their breathing. Attention is my friend. Breathing out and breathing in. I asked them to sing even quieter. Attention is my friend. Breathing out and breathing in. And then we end the song by just show our breathing. So that's part of I've been crazy passionate about helping kids learn about the breathing, the simple science we have now from mindful studies that are huge amounts of studies have shown us this will help anyone at any age. But when I heard the great scientists say, teach children, I took it on as a personal mission because I've been working with kids for like 35 years. I got lots of shows, world music. There's my sitar from India. There's the peepaw from China. And I'm doing all these shows, right? And I was like, what do I want to teach a kid? If I can only teach him one thing, what am I going to teach him? And so all this mindful science was coming out. You couldn't even say mindfulness in schools when it first started,
Oh, I know. It's too
So
new agey.
Yep. So I started a show, this is about 7 or 8 or 9 years ago, the Relaxation to Resilience show. So I don't use the word mindfulness. I don't use the word spirit or anything that would make anybody nervous, right? But what's the science tell us? The science tells us that we do our breathing, helps us reduce the activity of the old part of our brain that freaks us out, bring in the wise old owl, take one more step with all that wonderful science from heart math out your California friends out there, Malcolm.
Yep.
that the heart intelligence opens the door to our intuition, our ability to interrelate, and our ability to have compassion and self-compassion too, right? So I want to bring them into their heart. I teach them about breathing with gratitude. Take a deeper breath. Let's do it together. More in, more out, and in your heart, feel about what you're so thankful for right now. And I ask the children not only to do it with us right now, and we talk about what are you thankful for, but I ask them to do it when they go to sleep at night. Focus
Mhm.
your attention on what you're thankful for, and now lay down and go to sleep, feeling in your heart what you're so thankful for. So those are like the
Yes,
first two steps into that program.
that's great. And really, when you think about it, well, Angel, her daughter just had her first baby,
Oh,
and then
wow.
that reminds me of all little Ma's breathing, and I remember when I did, it was always about breathing around the pain, and so all of those breathing techniques would start with up here, calming down the back here, and
Yes.
the flight or fright, kind of like the
Yes.
tendency to hold your breath, and and hyperventilate or whatever, that's all about just taking a deep breath and just bringing in oxygen to your brain, and it's not just, new agey stuff, or,
But
I
it's
mean,
amazing.
not that that's bad.
As we get older, we have to learn how to breathe.
Yes.
But what I always marvel at, to take a look at a young child who, after a full day's, goes to sleep, and see them breathing, and look at them, and that it's not only the breath. Take a look at the expression on their face, that they are truly at peace. They are
And they look
rested.
angelic even. And
Yeah,
then you think about the crazy day you had with your
right.
kids, and
They're
then
into,
they just look.
you wonder you wonder if they're dreaming or thinking, or they're just at peace with the world. It is so relaxing to look at them. I think that's why people like looking at children or infants as they sleep, and
Oh, it's
no one taught them.
right. It's marvelous. It really
And
is.
kids like up through, let's say, third grade or so, they have it naturally, even through those ages.
Mhm.
But once we get to, like, let's say, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, the kids start to turn away from that sense of peace, as you mentioned, Malcolm, that sense of the joy of being alive. And now somehow, and a lot of it has to do with a lot of different things. But my question is, how come those kids up till third grade have the joy of being alive? And by the time they reach sixth or seventh grade, they are now super inhibited and very, less than peaceful. So I'm just passionate about what can we do. Like, here's another good point from brain science. The scientists tell us that our default brain, Izzy, and the reptilian brain, is somewhere around 5 times more likely to view things in a negative way. Okay, that's all well and good, but what if you knew that as a child? What if you knew that when you were very young, that your oldest part of your brain might try to make you think something negative, but just by using mindfulness techniques like breathing, now you can view it from a more understanding point of view. And so you
Wise.
can disrupt that default that's running the show really, and now disrupt it gently with breath, bring it to the wise old owl, and then bring it into the heart and say, what do I really want to do in this situation, with that sense of I have some ability to respond instead of just react, you know?
Well, and the thing is that it's not that one is necessarily better or worse than the other. It's about balance. Because sometimes you do need to have that, be aware, be vigilant, know what to
Yes.
do. But it's the cognitive part that takes over. Go, what can I do in that stage? Well,
Yes.
first I'm going to breathe. I'm going to take a moment, and it's about centering yourself. It's about paying attention to where your neck is and your shoulders are and your back and all those sorts of things. But it
Yeah.
takes, for some people, it just comes naturally, and for others, it's like having to learn to walk again.
Now, do you do any like master classes or groups with educated or with educators or people working with children to teach them how to relax and how to get to them? Or basically, are you work more in the class?
Actually, I love to work with workshops with teachers also, yes, and have done many of those, just sharing these ideas. Like you said, Yana, hey, you need that part of your brain, the reactive part. Like if a bus is coming, you got to jump out of the way quick. So we're not saying get rid of it.
Yeah, don't stand there and breathe. Get
Yeah.
out of the way.
So yes, Malcolm, I love to do programs with teachers, with adults, with caregivers, with people who are with kids, you know, and to give them songs, tools, the breathing with, and gratitude is such a great one, because when we have the gratitude for what we have right now, that helps us relax and feel thankful for what we have, you know, which is a lot, especially here in America. You know, there's a lot for us to be thankful for, even amidst all the chaos that's around us. If the TV's on with the news or whatever, there's a lot to be thankful for, and that helps us rest and relax and come to that sense of well-being.
That's what I was
Do you have
talking
any?
about with Malcolm. I was saying that's what I was talking about with COVID. You know, some people figured out what to do and came up with new and creative ideas. And you, Malcolm, coming up with, you know what? It's time to do this. I see something, you know, and instead of thinking, oh, well, I can't do it, you did it.
Do you have any tapes that you put on sale or distribute, or classes that you for adults?
Yes, well, actually, not right now. I don't have anything specific for adults other than a workshop. But I do have on my website, which is worldsofmusic.online. I have two different websites. One is the Guy Louis, LOUIS.com. The other one is worldsofmusic.online. And on that website, there's a free relaxation for kids program, which is all these videos I started making when COVID hit. And so I'm using all the puppets, I'm using the songs. This project on my website has like 18 songs. It's got all these techniques. It's like 65 videos. I'm like, oh my God, how could you do, you know? So I'm actually right now condensing it into a much shorter, like well, I actually have it already. It's a 4-part learning program called Activate Your Heart, right? Activate Your Heart. So it's shorter. It's like 10 songs, and I'm putting that up soon, but I'm also starting that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a really great website, Malcolm. We have to look at it.
Oh, definitely. We'll have to get that as part of, Malcolm and we.
Yeah, that would be great,
We
guys.
the world. Are you doing anything further with we as far as an international basis?
Well, he's with our media culture and the arts campaign. So we did some things back during COVID, and then, like I say, he got busy going on the road again. So we have to reconnect and bring it back to life.
And actually, I'm 100% behind what the We program is about, probably like yourself, Malcolm. A lot of us are feeling that sense of we. How can I serve? How can I bring whatever I have to the community and be part of the healing and upliftment of our society?
Yeah, I'd love
And
to.
working with our African groups.
Yep.
Actually, Guy, if you take a look at, I don't know if you've seen on my website,
No, I
Malcolm
haven't,
Present.
but I'd like to.
It's malcolmpresents.com.
Okay.
And I have a series of shows. Malcolm and We is only one of the shows, but I have a show like a show called Tush Twins, which is a fun show. I have a health show. I'd like to see if there's any way that we could work in your programs, because I love the idea of music. I love the idea of puppets. I love the idea of working with kids, of getting to their to their feelings.
Yeah, I would love to, Malcolm, and I will, after our talk, I'll go take a look and I'll shoot you a little email and I'll direct you to like some of the stuff we just talked about today.
Right.
Where's that online program that's free for everybody? And I think we all feel this way, and this is why I love We too. Hey, we're all in this together, and those of us who feel it, we want to do whatever we can. And as we join together and combine our energies, the synergy of it, praise be, this world is going to continue to evolve and be a world for all of us that works for everybody.
Yeah, and it's funny with music. I always feel funny with music because I cannot carry a tune. But
Then
I
you're-
enjoy it. But I enjoy it so much.
We're
Music,
gonna put you on drums, or you're gonna have drums or shakers or something.
maybe, but I'll be totally off key because I hear drums are one of the most important thing to keep the
Well,
beat.
the thing about drums, and Yana, you mentioned this, drums are one of the most primal instruments, you know. So it's like,
Well, you gotta get ba ba baloo.
drums are so awesome. This is a djembe from Africa, super powerful. You've seen these, you know. And the drums, and this is the idea about, you asked me about music. What is this about music? We are made of music. We are a musical symphony in each of our bodies. You know, there's the idea that the whole universe is composed of music, the vibration, the ohm vibration that holds everything together. It's all musical. So, and that's again, for us to stay aware of that sense of unity, that sense of cohesion, that sense of everything's fitting together. You know, our reptilian brain, of course, and it happens to all of us, we're all freaked out. We're, you know, all you got to do is turn on the news to get freaked out, right? But somehow there's an underlying unity and it's musical.
Yeah, well,
right? So, yeah,
the final note, because our show's over.
yeah,
Back in the '60s, I was very much into Buddhism,
yes.
and before we would go to a meeting, the Swami would be there, and they would do the Om Shanti, Om
Yes.
Shanti, 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 and it was sort of to get into the rhythm of the world,
Yeah.
and the
Well-
world had a rhythm, and it was calming.
And doesn't it make sense that if you start the day, let's say at a school, you're at a school, morning announcements, okay, everyone, sit up straight, let's take a few breaths to just get ready for our day. Let's arrive here at school and get ready for our focus today. Ding. And everyone in the whole school takes a collective breath, and now let's begin the day.
Well,
That
go-
can happen at businesses, at any place, you know.
When you say ding, you go just that sound, the vibration. Anyway, Guy, it's end of the show. Thank you very
Malcolm.
much.
Nice to meet you. Thank you, Yana. And I will follow up with you, Malcolm, on that. And Yana, I can't wait for the next thing we do together.
Okay, guys.
Uh,
Anyway, thank
There's
you.
more
Again,
to come.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. You've been listening to Malcolm, and we heard exclusively on malcolmpresents.com. And all our shows are on demand and archived. So you can go back to all the shows we've gotten. Ta-ta, be good, bye.
The objective of the organization We the World is to facilitate cooperation on a global scale amongst groups and individuals dedicated to implementing solutions to the many challenges we face on the planet at this time.